In 1891, Irish author Oscar Wilde observed, "Disobedience in the eyes of anyone who has read history is man's original virtue. It is through disobedience that progress has been made, through disobedience and through rebellion." This prompt was handed to me in my junior year Lang class. Lang, which is short for AP Language and Composition, had never interested me. Not because I didn't like English, nor enjoyed books we read, but because my concepts of what words had meant had never been challenged. Until the day I was incited to write an essay that argued for or against Oscar's point that disobedience is a valuable human trait and that it promotes social progress. The idea of disobedience being presented with the phrase social progress had at first confused me, seeing I had only associated disobedience with when my dog peed on my carpet or when someone got in trouble with a teacher. But when reading Wilde's opinion, I started to question my own. What does disobedience mean to me? To me, disobedience is breaking a cycle, adapting, evolving, and seeking a new status quo. Everyone in this room and everyone listening online has disobeyed in one way or another. At least I have. Whether it's breaking a rule in order to create a change or choosing to make a decision for yourself and not your friends or your parents. Although disobedience can surround itself with a negative tone, it is necessary for social progress and a necessity for aging. In relating disobedience to the development of social progress, many examples arise. Let's start early. Galileo. Galileo rebelled against the church, which had power over science during the time. He published his findings about astronomy, even though they disagreed with the clergy and the church's beliefs. This act of rebellion led to the evolution of science against the church's acts. Now let's move forward again. Rosa Parks, a Black woman who fought for social justice during the Civil Rights Movement, also known as the changemaker who sat in the front of the bus. Rosa's acts of bravery and rebellion led to the evolution for the U.S. in the fight between races. Moving forward, let's move from the late 1980s to the 2000s, when a more subtle approach of disobedience occurs. Punking. Although this word was used derogatory towards those of the gay community, it has since then been repurposed as a style of dance. This style of dance was created by a gay man in LA before the AIDS pandemic as a way of self-expression and celebration. One of the most common names for punking now is called voguing. While not as large an act of rebellion as Galileo or Rosa Parks, these dancers risked criticism and brought their own form of rebellion to the forefront in a time of societal change and unrest. This makes me wonder, who will be tomorrow? Who will be the next change maker, and what problem will they challenge? From the lack of abortion rights to U.S.'s renouncement of the Paris Climate Agreement, there are constant policies that need to be acted on, disobeyed. The question is, which change maker and change will be remembered? Who will take that risk and make progress? We know disobedience can lead to large rewards, but we also know it can drive one into harmful and unsafe situations, leading to a risk and reward system. Risk and reward is the idea that if one bets more, then they are more likely to succeed, although this isn't guaranteed a reward ever. Jenny Just, a self-made billionaire and founder of Fortune 500 company Peak Six, graciously agreed to mentor me for this talk. In doing so, I got to ask her a few questions. Jenny, also a poker lover like me, agreed to help me understand the concept of calculated risk-taking. Calculated risk-taking, to Jenny's definition, is asking yourself a few questions before making a decision. 1, what's the worst that can happen? 2, can I recover from it? 3, what could I gain? And most importantly, 4, what will I learn either way? So let me ask again. Who will it be tomorrow? Who will risk disapproval, violence, or social intolerance to move society forward? If Oscar Wilde were here with us today, who would he pick? Thank you.